Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Yes. You have just stepped into the world of chaos. Where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. 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 Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online, buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
What's goody, my dude?
Yo, what
What's
up, G?
goody? What up? Welcome to the room.
Yo, thanks for having me, son. You already know.
Oh, man, don't worry about it, yo. You know how we do. You know how far
Big
we go
brother
back.
G, always, man. From the beginning, man. From the beginning.
That's right. That's right.
You're the ones that gave me some of my confidence, man.
Listen, brother, I saw that you young, and
Right.
your game reminded me of Jerry Ice Reynolds. Give yourself some light, because I can't really how you was before.
That's better?
Yeah. You know, people got to see. There you go.
It's all good. It's all good.
I don't know if you know who Jerry Ice Reynolds was, man. He was.
Of course, he's from Brownsville, son.
There you go. And at a very young age, brother,
Yo,
you had that.
The whole shit. The OG.
Boo Harvey, my dude.
Oh,
yo,
shit.
Boo.
Hey, yo,
we was on the
this,
same
MG.
team in Empire State Games.
Hey, yo, no.
Hold on.
Hold on. Watch this. I'm Boo Harvey probably don't remember this. When I first came out of Duquesne, right? I played for the Nike traveling team, right?
Right.
Me, Jamal Phillips, who else? It was, I think, Dre Samuels from Long Island was with us. But Boo Harvey was on that team, right? He was the OG, right? We was playing against Wagner and Staten Island. So, of course, we doing pro shit. So, I'm fresh out of college. The pick and roll, I wasn't really doing in college.
Right.
Was doing it. So, Boo Harvey was doing the pick and roll. So, he was like, yo, set the pick and roll. So, I was like, all right. So, you know, I'm a guard.
Right.
So, every time I set the pick for him, he came off the pick and I popped back. He never gave me the ball, son. Right? And I'm talking about my man and his man went on him and I'm open. He never gave me the ball, right? So it was a timeout. So we walk into the huddle and I'm like, yo, Boo. I was like, yo, I'm open, man. He was like, you're looking, Rook. He's like, I'm not giving you the ball and you popping out. He said, you want the ball? He said, after you pick, he was like, cut. He was like, I got you. I said, okay. Came out the timeout, son. I set the pick for Boo Harvey. Boo came off the pick. Now I cut, but I ain't turned my head. You know, he hit me right in the back of my head with the ball. Bang, with the pass. He looked at me. It was a turnover, right? We going back down court. He looked at me and was like, didn't I tell you I was going to give you the ball? So, yo, shout out, Boo. Salute to my man, Boo Harvey. Definitely another OG that, yo, I grew up just like you, G. I watched. That's what, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into about these kids today.
Listen, man, I want to salute Boo.
What up,
because, what up, Info? What up, Art? It was, we met on a Empire State game. And I was the youngest guy on the team, right? Again, just like yourself. I was the youngest guy. All those guys was over there in college. Him, Ross Strickland, Derek Chivas, Pete Nice. Right. And my nickname was Pooh, right? So it was just like, okay, Boo and Pooh, you know what I'm saying? So that was cool. And he was a cool guy. So salute to you, brother.
Definitely.
How we always start off this basketball podcast or this live is asking who introduced you to the game?
Damn. Matter of fact, it was ill. I got introduced to the game like on a humble. I didn't know, like, I played baseball. My mother's favorite sport was baseball. So growing up, I played the little like bullshit baseball, you know, housing, softball league, like that. I remember when I was 12, right? I'm on, you know, I live in Brownsville, I live in LH. So my man Smooth, Lamont Peebles, shout out to my man Smooth Peebles, right? I was at his crib and he was on the phone, right? And at the time, I don't know if cats remember, it was a coach in Bed-Stuy named Jack, right? Jack had a team that Smooth played for.
Right.
So, actually, you know who was the point guard of that team? motherfucking Boyd. Fucking Boyd Kirby. Shout out to fucking Mo Kirby. My big bro.
Salute,
Rest in peace,
R.I.P.
man.
That's
Salute
right.
Mo, baby. But Boyd was the fucking point guard, right? And that, if anybody know the history of the Kirbys, Mo was nice, but Boyd was supposed to be the one that was like the next level after him because he was his younger brother. He sort of took everything from Mo, right? But we all know Boyd went a different route with, you know. But what happened was that Smooth was on the phone with Jack. And what they was trying to do is that I got an older brother. My brother's only is 13 months older than me. So I was 12, he was 13. Smooth was trying to talk to Jack about getting my brother to play under my name. Right. Ringer, all right? And guess where he was supposed to be playing at? Preteen.
Wow.
Preteen All-Stars, 12 and under. So what happened was that we sitting in Smooth kitchen and he on the phone with Jack. And he's like, yo, Effrem, you gonna give your brother your birth certificate? I was like, nah. I said, I want to play. So Smooth, I can't hear Jack on the phone, but Smooth was like, nah, he all right. He his brother better, but he could play. So Smooth said to his mom at the time, right, rest in peace, he's gone. He said, Ma, how tall is Effrem? She said, Effrem, stand up. She was like, I don't know what she said. 5'7", 5'8". No lie. I heard Jack on the phone was like, he 12 and he 5'7", 5'8". Bring him to practice. So what happened was that they used to have practice at Lincoln Terrace Park, right? So I come with Smooth to practice, and this is my tryout. It ain't like we're going to play full court, let him play, let me see what he got. He said, Boyd, come here. He said, play Boyd one-on-one. I was like, all right. So everybody on the team standing around, me and Boyd playing one-on-one. And you know me, G. I played basketball. I played D, put it that way.
Right.
So I ain't care about getting shook or crossed over, all that. My thing is that the name of the game is I got to stop you from putting the ball in the hole. You got to stop me from putting the ball in the hole.
Right.
So it's two phases to this. So Boyd, everybody know his handle was crazy. I'm playing D. And he scored on me, of course. And then every time I got the ball, I just went at him. Got the ball, no fancy moves, just dribble, layup. And Jack stopped us. I think the score was like 5-3. He was beating me. But Jack stopped us and was like, yo, I want you to play in preteen with us. And that's how I started playing. As far as when my name started, like I started, because I played housing authority. I grew up, like I was sitting on the bench for the hood team. And it wasn't nothing like, it was my brother's team and all the guys in the hood. But I played preteen All-Stars, and that started it. And guess who was in me and Cal Ivy Jones?
Wow.
Cal was, how about this? People don't know. Cal was 6'1" or 6 feet at 12, son. Cal was tall because he was the only person in preteen that was taller than me. And we went at it. I ain't had no good team. It was all right, but we came in 5th place. That was my first trophy. I came home with that 5th place trophy to the hood like it was gold.
Right. So what? All right, we're gonna get to that because you saying you really started to get your feet wet in preteen.
Right. That's where it started. Because after that, it was like, okay, even though I played in preteen, it wasn't like I took off. Because
right. And we gonna get to that point. We're gonna get to that point. Right. Because what I want to mention, similar to Hassan, Pat, and I think a few more other people, myself, who didn't start off playing basketball, right? It was another sport for me, football, Pat for soccer, you was playing baseball, right? And we kind of developed into these sports guys.
Hold on, how about this? I'll tell you
basketball guys.
Hold up, G, watch this. I went to PS9, right? In Crown Heights.
Yeah.
People don't understand this. Me, Anton Merchant, Lando Shell, Big Gerald Fish, all of us went to PS9 at the same time. How about this? We never played basketball. You know we used to play at lunchtime? Punch ball.
Punch ball.
All of us played punch ball. all of us, I swear, after we left, and that's junior high school. How about this? Another quick story. Yo, Fish, if anybody know Fish, Fish is the bodyguard for most of the NBA players now. Big Fish, right? Yo, me and Fish in PS9, right? Me and Fish is always cool, but Fish was a wild dude, right? Fan was wild too. Remember when taking earmuffs was the shit?
Yeah.
Son, his cousin stole my earmuffs, son. Son, the nigga robbed me, son. Right after school, and I'm chilling with Fish. That's the thing about it. We used to chill like that was my man, right? Like, you know, you got little buddies you hang with after school. So after school, we ain't go home. We in the park and shit, bugging, trying to holler at the little girls and shit.
Right.
So then we like, yo, we gonna be out, you know, let's hit the candy store, son, before we go to the crib. So we walking out the park, and Fish cousin, older dude too, like we in public school, we in 6th grade, son. Dude had to be like in 11th grade, son, something like that. He was like, yo, what up, cuz? He was like, what up, cuz? He was like, yo, that's your boy. He's like, yeah, what up? He was like, yo, what up, yo? He was like, yo, let me get those earmuffs. I thought he was playing. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, let me get those earmuffs. I'm standing there dumbfounded. He took them off my head. He was like, good look. I'm looking at
those
Fish
Playboy,
like,
you good?
Huh?
Right. Nah, he was like, yo, you good with these Playboy?
Son, you know, I'm from Brownsville. I'm wild. I could have been something. When I was a kid, I got shaken up a little bit. You know, he was an older cat. I don't know if I would have had a win with that, you know. When I was a little kid, he probably just slapped me and shit. I probably took a loss for the earmuffs and the fight. So I ate it. But nah, the thing is that, like, you know, what blew me as far as really basketball was 8th grade, right? I got left back. Most people don't know that, is that I did the 8th grade twice. Before I played, I never played for a school team, right? My school is 263 Marcus in Brownsville. So a lot of cats played, right? Hassan and them came through, Keith. That's how the cats was coming from my junior high school to Weston House. Because Hassan is down the block from me, Duncan. Hassan is in Tilden Projects. I'm in LH, right? So I'm in 8th grade, and I finally make my junior high school basketball team. That's where Rob is at. Rob Phelps is at 275, right?
So little Rob is in the building right now. That's what I was going to ask you. Did you play junior high school ball? So you played junior high school ball?
Yeah, 1 year. Rob, okay. That's when my man Black was at 275 to this day. Everybody to this day, I know some people I woke up to, I'm like, Black, what up? They be looking like, why he call you Black? To this day. Since we met in 8th grade, I called that man Black, and he called me E-Dog. I got a tattoo, brother. My tattoo say E-Dog. Rob, no, that's from junior high school, baby.
Right.
So, all right, real quick is that, okay, what happened was that, you know me, I was a big guard from the gate.
Facts.
I'm in junior high school, I'm playing center because I'm big. Remember, I was 6'4", 6'5" at 15.
Wow.
So I'm in junior high school. I'm like 6'2", whatever, and I'm playing center, and we play Rob in them, right? Now,
Black Rob from 275.
Rob Phelps.
That's right.
So what happened was that, see, Rob was doing work at 275. I was doing work at 263. Now we got to play each other. So we already had a buzz. They was like, yo, the kid from 275, you know, Rob with that motherfucking gun, boy.
That's right.
He been gunning since day one. That jump shot been out since day one, right?
Right.
And me, I'm coming with the Brownsville from getting the rebound coast to coast. And they going, yo, Marcus got a center that handles like a guard. And we play each other. And it's packed in Brownsville, baby. And that's all that's going on. The game is Rob is coming down, clicking. And it wasn't no three-point line then, but just jumper. But when they missed, and I got my hands on that ball, oh, buddy. And Hirsch came to see me play. That's how I got the BC All-Stars. Are you ready? Hassan and them, Hirsch came and got me, right?
Hold on. It said Bud was at 285 in the stop. Y'all played against them too?
258, yep. But I ain't played
at 258, yeah.
Right, Bud was at 258. How about this? People don't know. My brother went to 258. My brother never played ball, but he went to 258. Actually, he went to 258 with Biggie.
Okay.
So, and how about this? People don't know this. I went to St. Peter Claver.
I played at St. Peter Claver. First,
Right,
I played, there you go.
People don't know I played Hoop Connection for Sandra.
That's right.
But I went to St. Peter Claver for first grade. My brother went for second, or it was kindergarten and first.
Oh, you went to school. You went to school.
I went to school. I went to
oh,
school.
I played for the CYO team. That was like one of my first teams I played for.
The gym with the stage.
Yes, yes.
And the
yes.
balcony.
Yes.
I played for Hoop Connection. Sandra's team was based out of St. Peter Claver.
Right.
So that a thing is that a lot of people don't know is that I did, as far as when they talk about your resume, and my resume for New York City is crazy, son, because I was everywhere.
Right.
I touched everywhere. Like, God, honestly, I think I came in first, second. Well, let's put it this way. I got a trophy in every New York City tournament ever. From 80 to 93. Ever. Name it. Citywide, Elmcore, Millbanks. Name it. Because I played Gauchos, I played Broncos, I played running Rebels in Queens. I played for Kev Jackson at LaGuardia.
Yo, what, man? What? Salute to Rebel, man. Salute to Rebel.
Salute to Rep.
Yo, he did a lot. He did a lot for all of us. So salute to Rebel in Queens.
Behind the scenes, Kev Jackson.
Definitely.
Too. Salute Kev. Because how about this? Okay, everybody know Lamar Odom got a handle, right?
Right.
And he big, right? How you doing? When I was with Reb had Lamar when he was like, I think 9 or 10.
Wow.
And we was at the park, because people don't know. Yo, if people know gangster shit out there, yo, my cousin is Terrence T-Bones, baby from Left Rack. So I was in Left Rack. My family lived out there way before basketball.
Right.
So I was at Lost Battalion Hall, all that.
Lost Battalion was out there, definitely.
Man, I was going to Lost Battalion Hall on some rec center shit. Not no basketball team. Like, I was at my own house. My cousin was like, let's go to the center and play ball. We was going Lost Battalion. I was jumping off the stage at Lost Battalion to dunk at like 11. So what happened was that I'm playing for Reb one day. I come out there on a Saturday, and who did he have on the court? He got Lamar with him. So he was like, Reb loved my handle. Reb was like, yo, come here. He was like, this is Effrem Whitehead. He was like, he's a big guard. He was like, yo, E, talk to him about handling the ball as being a big guard. Yo, I gave it to him. Shout out, Lamar probably don't remember it, but because he was a kid. But he took to everything I said. He was like, yo, how you get? He was like, I said, I know you hate when smaller guards press you. He was like, yeah. He's like, I said, and he'd be thinking they fouling you and the ref don't call it. He'd be like, yeah. I said, because we tall, I said, we got to shorten up our handle. I said, when we buy a smaller guard, I said, and you got to use your body. So I had him, and he's left-handed. If anybody know my game, they should know what hand I use the best when I go to the hole. My left. I'm a right-handed player.
The boogie hand gets you to the right hand. You know what I'm saying?
My handle is my left handle. I finish hard with my right.
Right.
I've been in games where coaches was yelling at their players like, he's left-handed. They're like, coach, no, he's not. He's like, he's left-handed. I can see it because I'm doing everything with my left. And it's not on some I'm trying to do it and I'm practicing. My brother's left-handed. I grew up playing against a left-handed cat in the room where that used to be like, you can't use your right, you can't use your left. So as a kid, automatically, I became ambidextrous and didn't know it.
Right.
So when I got to the court, actually, my strongest hand is my left, even though I'm a right-handed player.
Art said you always went left.
Always. Art, he knew that. Art knew that.
All right, now check this out. What up, Joe? He said, wow, Lamar really, yeah, definitely. He said, Lamar really came up. Yeah, let me tell you something. One of the reasons why I started this Basketballheadzz Live, well, getting talked to by my boy Stem, convincing me, my boy Hakim convincing me, my boy Jason. But the kicker was watching Lamar Odom on Drink Champs, how he was treated, right?
Right.
I didn't like how Lamar Odom was treated on Drink Champs. So I felt like I wanted to create a space where our ball players could come and get that love and not be taken advantage of.
I feel you, but God, you know what it is, and you've
Yeah,
been
yeah,
in,
but
you've been in, you know
that
the
was some of
politics,
the
you know the
the info.
politics of in the media
Listen,
and shit.
I
They
don't
don't
get
come
into
for
all
it.
that,
Just like
but
Gail
I
asking
think when
Lisa
we
Leslie
do it,
that shit about Kobe.
right. But when we do it, we should be protecting each other. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So this is why
Right.
this platform
Well,
is
yeah,
good.
let's get into that. Because like we
All
were
right.
talking the other day with this New York City basketball shit right
All right,
now.
hold on. I want to get into that first. Hold on, because I'm going to let you go off, right? Who was the
Right.
best player in your neighborhood when you was coming up?
Oh, damn, I had a lot. I came up with, World Be Free from Brownsville. Jerry Ice is from Brownsville.
No,
Shit,
when you was coming up, like
that was
when
playing
you,
when I was playing? Damn,
yes,
for me?
who was the
my hood?
nicest dude in your neighborhood?
I gotta say Big Haas at the time.
Okay, okay.
Because that was my G.
Hassan did Kobe, who was just on here a couple of weeks ago.
Right. I gotta say Big Haas because everybody else, we was the kids. Like, I
Right,
can't say Rob because it was me and Rob. So
right,
can't say Jamal Faulkner, but that's the ring. When I was looking up to see, like, it was like Big Haas was killing that Western House. Like,
right.
you know, they had them monsters. That front line was crazy with him,
Definitely.
Shane Drisdale, and fucking Kenny Hodge. Shout out to them fucking jumping. They had shit crazy. Well, you know, that's Bronco shit too.
That's right. So
Right.
Stem said you were supposed to go to another school besides Grady. What school was that?
I did. A lot of people don't know is that, okay, when I came out of Marcus, right, because of course my mom didn't have any sports knowledge about basketball and
Right.
go to this high school, he could play basketball. And like I said, I got left back. So I did the 8th grade twice. So when I was graduating, it was like Hershey was asking me to come to Weston House. People don't know, I took a visit to St. John's Prep where Red Fishburne was at. My mom wanted me to go there, but she knew I would never go to school because I'm in Brownsville. I got to take the train to a bus, and I'm barely getting down the block to junior high school. So she was like, I love this school, but you would never go to school. So no. And then Rob Johnson came in, and I was at Jeff. I went to Jeff for my first semester, right? I didn't play at all because that's when, like, remember, that's when I had just finished doing Syracuse. I had did BC. And I was just going to my zone school. But everybody was calling my mother about transferring. And Rob Johnson came in. Rob Johnson took me to Jack Ringle house. I gave it to him. I think my mom wanted me to go to Grady, even though it was so far, because Jack Ringle came to the motherfucking projects. That snapping neck white man came to 22B. And my mother opened the door, was like, you really came. He was with Rob. But my mother was like, you really came. And sitting down, and, like, if anybody ever met my mom, God bless my mom, so she's not here anymore, but they knew that. My mother didn't give a fuck. Excuse my French on the cast, but my mom didn't give a damn about a basketball. I used to come in, G, I used to come in. My mother used to be like, I got cut cards, right? Because I used to go to school late. But of course, I'm on the basketball team. It ain't nothing. I'm missing like homeroom. My mom is like, if I get another damn cut card to this house, Effrem, you're not playing. I was like, Ma, call coach. I ain't missing nothing. I'm good. She was like, I don't give a damn. She was like, I don't care what coach say. I don't care what doc say. And that's another thing. I used to be at Bronco practices. We used to leave practices. Doc used to be like, hey, pal, don't get in trouble for the week. I need you on Saturday because your mother don't play, your mother. And I remember plenty of times, the night before games, coaches calling, my mother's like, no. I know, I understand he's supposed to be a nice, good basketball player, but I don't care. He's not coming to the game tomorrow. So my mom wasn't playing that, son. But
so you definitely strong disciplinary home. Mom's kept you straight.
Yeah, my mom didn't play, son.
Art said he played against you more than anybody else between 89 and 90.
Probably.
Tell me about who's some of your teammates on Grady once you got there.
Yo, we had a beast. I gotta say it. We finally, you gotta understand is that You remember shit, motherfucker. I'm talking to the Lincoln motherfucker anyway. Y'all was crazy over there, bro.
Salute to all my Lincoln guys.
Y'all was, yo, I swear to God, man. People, that's another thing.
We gonna get to the rivalry. We gonna get to the rivalry.
Right.
Let's stay in Grady right now. Who are some of your teammates on that team?
That was the thing. When I first got there, stat. My freshman year, I came in late. I played for JV with Art. June Scarborough, rest in peace. June was our coach. But varsity, they had Antoine Lewis, Willie Scarry, Pat Alphonse, Sugar Bear, Cat, Lavelle, Cat. You know how that team was. So that I was in practice with them. Now you gotta understand is that I'm competitive and I want to learn. So
you all came in together.
Art was there. I was a freshman.
Okay, all right.
Art was there. When I came in January,
so
Art was
86
there.
to 90, 86 to 90. Okay, I got you.
Right, yeah.
Right, okay.
Art was all right. So that was the team that, like Pat was talking the other day, is that, my man P Funk, that's what a lot of cats don't understand. Like he said, walking buckets. If anybody ever want to ask me, I told my kids to this day, I coach, and they'd be like, Coach, why you never made it pro in the NBA? I said I wasn't a killer. I had the game. All down, I had everything. When I look back on it, I go, why didn't I make it? I wasn't a killer.
Who was the killer on your team? Who was the killer on your team?
Pat, son.
Salute Pete Funk in the building.
Pat, because you know me. I hit somebody with some shit, and I was quick to hit somebody with some shit. Just, let Jamal finish it off. Let Pat like, I'm over here. I already know, son. So I'll cut up everybody going down the lane. I'll draw everybody in. I'm throwing behind my back to Pat cutting. Easy buckets.
Right.
So my thing was, then my sophomore year came, right? That's when coach, and I got to say, Arthur Walker, I love you to death. And that's my brother for life because I impeded his path. I did when I came to Grady. Art should have been the point guard, but then I came and coach actually moved Art and put me there. So my sophomore year, it was Pat's senior year. The job was really give Pat the ball within the system. And then, we was always contenders, losing to y'all all the time. But we was contenders in Brooklyn.
Right.
Always losing to y'all in the Brooklyn shit. But what helped, like Arthur said, I became a better point guard because of Arthur. He was a natural point guard, and people was telling me I was a point guard. So from practices, and then our sophomore year, that's how it went. When I got a little disbobulated in games, Coach and Jock snatched me out quick to put Art in. It wasn't no loss in the team production either. But so I made honorable mention all city as a sophomore. And that was my first year playing varsity. And that's when everybody was like,
So Art had a hand in kind of shaping the ball player you was because y'all playing against each other every day.
Every day. We would go play, people don't understand is that, as a team, we did. By the time we won that city and state championship, my senior year, we had bonded like thicker than thieves and blood, son. We went and played each other. We fought each other, played each other. We would call each other up on a weekend and be like, 9 a.m., where we going? Caton Park, Brownsville, where are we going? And we just playing against each other like Utah for like 9 hours against each other. And then it got to a point where we would get 5 or 6. We would get Lou Johnson and Mo out of Coney Island. And we'll go to like Dean Street. We'll go to like Forster Park. We'll come over here to Brownsville and we'll play as our team with no coaches, just running. So when we got to that senior year, Lord have mercy, I felt sorry for everybody that played us. Because for one, our conditioning. Well, let's go back. Before we get to that, let's go back. What else, man? Let's go back before we get.
Yeah, no. This is we right up to speed. We right up to speed right now. Right, because you told me about some of the guys who played on that team.
Gannon story? What's the Gannon
story? That's what I want to get to. What right, that's Marco from U-Trick. That's Mark Petit from the U-Trick.
Oh, P, yo, my motherfucking man. Yo, people don't know. Me and Mark just coached together. Then he left,
Right.
punk ass. But nah, respect, man. That's, yo, me and Mark coached at South Brooklyn for a year, man. I appreciate him, man, so much, man. Came in, and that's what it is that, yo, people don't know I do coach high school basketball.
And we're going to get to that, too.
Right,
Who is Gannon? Who is Gannon?
Right, but that's what I mean. The Gannon, what story? The Gannon Baker story, K? I don't know what story you're talking about. The only Gannon, I'm thinking about Gannon Baker. We all play around. Got you right here. Hey, Faye. Felicia in the building.
What up, what up? Stem said we all played together on Gaucho's Round Ball Classic. We lost in the chip.
Yeah, who did we lose?
We made the all-20 team.
Who did we lose to? Red in them?
You know, that was Stem right there. So,
yeah,
we're going to get back to those Gannon stories once Marco figure out which Gannon story he wants you to tell. So, that senior year, how was it your senior year? Who was on that team your senior year?
My senior year was me, Art, James Hector, Jamal Phillips, Lou Johnson, Gerard Folk, Mo Brown.
Hector, Jamal Phillips, wow.
Damn, who else?
Mo Brown.
Mike Bond, shit, Alistair Henry. Yo, people don't know. 7 players on my city championship team played D1 at the same time.
That's crazy because Speedy Claxton just, was telling me that when he was at Christ the King and they won it, they starting 5 went D1.
Now,
and you guys had 7. That's crazy.
Art was at Howard. I was at Duquesne. Jamal was at Rutgers. Mo was at St. John's. Lou was at Buffalo. Mike Bond was at Hartford.
Right.
I'm missing somebody. Yo, Art, Mike, who was that? Yo, damn, I'm missing somebody. And then you got to see James Hector was at Bridgeport.
Right.
And James was, people don't know about that. James led the country in scoring and rebounding as a freshman in D2.
That's crazy.
So my thing is my senior year, oh God. I felt sorry for people. People don't know what we did behind the scenes. Yo, G, we used to run from Grady to Nathan's on the beach in the morning before school. Then on top of that, Grady got that ramp. Yo, we used to be in practice bullshitting, right? Feeling ourselves. Jock, Derek McMahon, Coney Island's finest. Love you, man. Love him like my pops. We used to be bullshitting. He'd be like, oh, y'all think y'all nice? Because, I seen a year who beat us, except for Lachlan in the Christmas tournament. But nobody was even, I hate to say it, we killed Lincoln that year, too. Love Jew. That's my toughest guard ever in life.
All right, we definitely gonna get there. So how was the rivalry? How was the rivalry between Grady and Lincoln at this time?
You already know.
Because I know it was there when we was there.
Cats was on the windows outside. They was doing, I guess that was the first podcast when somebody would be in the game and whoever would score, they would tell somebody at the door, they would tell somebody outside. So you heard the double roar. So like Jew came down and my man D Coop came down and bounced past and Jew did some shit and the Lincoln niggas went crazy and they'd be like, yo, Juju did this. They would pass it and then outside you would hear, oh! And then they'd be like, yo, Effrem and them did this. They would pass it, then you would hear outside, yo!
Wow.
That shit was wild.
So those of you who don't know, Lincoln and Grady is almost across the street from each other. It's maybe like 3 or 4 blocks away from each other. So the rivalry was built from a long time. And I don't think there'll be another rivalry like that in the city.
Nah, people don't understand
we were so close to each other.
Yeah, that walk, because you walk over. It's a fucking 2-minute walk. You cross the Ocean Parkway, come around the corner.
Yeah.
But actually, as far as school is considered, we never seen each other.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We was that close.
Yeah.
We never seen each other, only when we played. Like we didn't like it
Sometimes,
wasn't.
maybe on the train, maybe on the train.
It depends because remember the D train, y'all had Coney Island cats,
Right, right.
Marlboro like that. So my thing was that when cats that didn't live out there that went to Lincoln, they didn't take the D train. They took the
F train.
The
F train.
They went that way.
Right.
Our way was that, we went the D line.
Right, right.
So we was that way. So once in a while, if cats change their routine, they'd be like, "Oh shit, son, you on the train? What up, yo? What up? What up?" But that's what people don't know. We were so close, but schools didn't see each other. But the basketball rivalry was crazy, and the respect. People don't understand is that Norman Marbury is one of my best friends to this day, right?
Right.
And we went like this from the time I got to Grady, and he was at Lincoln. But people don't know, we didn't meet like that. We met in Brownsville. Tiny. Shout out Dwayne Morton.
Facts.
I come to play. Shout out Jocko Jackson. Salute.
Yeah.
Brownsville.
Salute
Mayor.
to Jocko.
I come to play in the
Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Jocko Jackson.
I came to play in the Hood League one Saturday. Like somebody was like, "Yo, E, go down to BLC. They got a tournament. Jocko wants you to come down and play." I was like, "Oh, I'll go down in the gym." On the Coney Island team is in there. Now, I knew Tiny from camp. So Tiny was like, "Yo," because remember, everybody was calling me and Bud twins.
Right, right.
He was like, "Yo, twin." I was like, "Oh shit." I was like, "Tiny, what's up?" Big bro, he was like, "Come here, I want you to meet somebody." He was like, "This is Norman Marbury." We call him Juju. He was like, "Y'all two should meet." He was like, "Y'all gonna see each other for the next few years." And I was like, "Yo, what's up, man?" Well, we didn't play each other that day. And I can't recall if I watched Ju play that day, but I'll give it to him. Yo, my mom didn't care about basketball, right? And she loved that boy. My mother loved Juju too. Just like the Marburys had love for me too. But I came home one day, right? And my mom wouldn't even give me clippings. She wouldn't cut clippings of my shit out the paper. People would give her stuff, and she'd be like, "Somebody gave me this. You in the paper again." I'm like, "Okay." One time I came home, my mother was like, "Did you see this?" And I was like, "Oh, I thought it was another article of me." And I was like, "What is it?" And I grabbed it. And I'm looking at it. I go, "Mom, I'm not on there." She was like, "No, look at the thing about Norman." I'm like, "Mom, I don't care what Jew do." I was like, she was like, "Y'all so good." She was like, "I like watching y'all play against each other." I was like, "Mom, I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this."
Juju's always been a good guy, man. Who did y'all beat in the city championship to go to the state?
Dan, we beat fucking my man David Sweeney and them from Manhattan Center. We beat them at the Garden. I had a terrible fucking game. But see, yo, peep this. Anybody coaching out there, understand this. In the city championship game, right? Now, mind you, I'm supposed to have been the shit. I was Grady, right? Had my wolves with me. Mo Brown, Jamal Foles, we coming. But everybody know Effrem brings them dogs, right?
Right.
In the city championship game, I stunk it up, son. I had 7 points, right? I was 1 for fucking 8 from the free throw line, right? Watch this. I had 4 blocks. The next day, in the back of the Daily News said, Effrem Whitehead was hanging in the air to block a shot like Patrick Ewing. The only thing is, he was doing it on Patrick Ewing's court. And that's one of the pictures. You see me going up to block David.
Right.
That's what a lot of cats don't understand now.
Who had a good game? So who carried y'all that day?
James Hector. Cleanup man. My man Heck cleans up everything. I was 1 for 8. He grabbed all of that, put that back. That was and people don't know. James Hector, yo, G. Okay, watch this. My freshman year, James Hector was the homeboy that just hung around us. He ain't play ball. People don't know James is Caribbean, and he was just books. James did not play basketball. We started, like, after the thing was over, after the year was over, we would play Utah, hang in the gym. We would make James play with us.
Right.
That's how smart James is. James knew he ain't have no offensive game. People don't understand is that James used to be a fat kid. I'm not talking about chubby. I'm talking about that fat motherfucker. Yeah, that fat motherfucker. James was like, we was like, yo, heck, won't you work out with us this summer to try to make the team next year? He said, all right. But James did it himself. James was running. James lived on Sterling, I believe. And James used to go run Prospect Park like twice a day. Without us. Sophomore year, we come back. Oh, shit. And then that's the thing that's amazing is that James Hector was the city MVP. I was the MVP of the state finals. He was the MVP of the city championship game.
What about Sweet Lou? What about Sweet Lou? He said, Lou had a good game too.
So, well, yeah, of course, but yo, everybody know what Lou did. Sweet Lou. Tom Kachowski gave him that name. That jump shot was, people don't know. Lou had 27 points in the high school New York City game in 1 quarter.
Wow.
Art, tell him about that. The boy had 27 points. Lou Johnson, Sweet Lou Johnson, had 27 points against FDR in the first quarter. All threes. 9 threes. You know how I know? I was the one driving and kicking that shit. Stay in the fucking corner, Lou. I'm driving, Mo driving. Lou ain't had nothing to do but sit your ass in that corner. And that's the thing. It was against FDR. You know, FDR had the Puerto Ricans. They wasn't, that wasn't a game.
It don't make a difference. 9 threes in the corner against anybody.
Because we broke the state record that game. We beat FDR that game by 73. We wasn't trying to beat them like that. Because we had sportsmanship. So Lou had the 27 in the first quarter. That was we was lit about because coach sat all of us. I was on the bench, Lou was on the bench, Jamal, everybody. Art and them was in the game. Art only played maybe like the second quarter, a little bit of the third. We were down to like the youngest cats on the bench. The whole fourth quarter, they were playing against like the JV dudes that we had on the team. And we beat them by 73. But Lou had 27 in 1 quarter. And that's a team that's built. We were built. People don't know. Tom Kachowski, Bill Travels and them named our team, our city and state team, one of the best 5 high school basketball teams ever in New York City history. And it wasn't like they was like, we're like 4 or 5. They were like, we're like 1 or 2.
Who did y'all beat the States?
We beat Jamal Mashburn in them. And we beat Hempstead with Cal Ivy Jones, the big left hand. Watch this. You understand 1990 at the time, that class, G, that was the best class of New York City players ever at the time. That class is Adrian Autry, Jamal Mashburn, was our Mr. Basketball, Brian Reeves, Derek Phelps, Kylie Reeves, Rob Phelps, Chanel Scott, me, James Hector. This is our all-city team, right? They said that was the best class of New York City basketball ever. I'll put it this way. I turned down the Dapper Dan All-American game in Pittsburgh, and I wound up going to school there. But because I thought I should have been McDonald's All-American because of the work that I was putting in.
So you turned down Dapper Dan because you didn't make the McDonald's?
Yep. I was feeling myself. And this is the fun thing about it. You got to think, we had so much talent. Rob Phelps didn't make the McDonald's All-American game.
Yeah, we talked about that. And he's the number 15 scorer in New York State history.
What? Time out. Rob was number 1 when he left Nazareth.
Yeah, I figured that,
He was the state leading scorer when he left Nazareth. Number 1. How you ain't in the McDonald's All-American game? But then again,
that's real.
You got to understand politics but the ones that we had in there wasn't no slouches. It wasn't like they shouldn't have been there. D, Phelps, Khaled, Mash, Adrian, B. I think that's the 5. We had 5 on the East team. So it's more or less like, if they would have put any more New York City cats on there, they'd have been like, the country would have been like, y'all just gave this shit to New York City.
So let me explain something to you. There's an article. People can look this up. There's a New York Times article that basically says the Regents exam was put in place to stop the influx of basketball players coming out of New York City.
Yeah.
That it was written, I think, in 2012.
Yo, to something like that, let me voice how my mom voiced shit to me. If I would have went to her with something like that. You prepare yourself for everything.
Facts.
No matter what, yo, we're black males. I was taught growing up by my mother, you had 2 strikes against you when you were born. You black and you're a male, right? So my mother never had in her household that I'm black and I'm a male. I'm trying, but I'm black and I'm a male. They won't let me. F that. My mother's like making sure that they have to let you in. You know everything. You know how to get there. Bruh, watch this. My mother had me and my brother doing book reports on like novels. Tree grows in Brooklyn.
Right by the cabinet, so you go tomorrow.
I need
right.
take paper cup.
No, just get one of the glass.
I need a paper cup if you got it.
I'll get you one. Hold on.
Like
no, sorry about that. My dude was doing the artwork in the back.
Right.
Yeah, you were saying. I was saying that to say not that it's an excuse, but the fact that we have so much talent that they just, it's like the SATs there. They throw a little roadblock to try to stop.
Watch this.
Right.
I took the PSAT. Right. I bullshit. I came in one night. It was like a Friday. I was hanging out with Jamal and them or whatever. And I came in. My mother was like, "Don't you got a test tomorrow?" I was like, "Ma, it's just the PSAT." She was like, "You got to take it as just the real thing." I was like, "All right, I'm gonna look at some stuff. I'm going there." All right. Cat, I got a 580 on that shit. My mother hit the roof. What? You get 200 for signing your name. See, this is what happens when you don't apply yourself and take things serious. Just, I got something for you. My mom threw my ass in Stanley Kaplan's SAT class right there on Kings Highway by the D train, bro. And Pete, me and Juju was in it together. And that's my motherfucker. That motherfucker funny. That nigga crazy, son.
Nah, Juju's official.
Son, we was in class. I'm fucking trying to learn how to take this test. And that's all that test is. We know what's on that test. You got to know how to take that test. That's what I got taught in Stanley Kaplan. I got taught how to basically hit something. You know it. Hit it. If you don't, fuck that. You keep moving.
Right.
How you do your time. Bro, people don't know. I went from a 580. I got a 720. Made me eligible. My mom didn't like the 720. Made me take it again. I got a 1080. Right? Nah, I'm not sitting here going, everybody know me. I'm a wild dude. I was like, school, I did it, but I wasn't no A. It's just about, I knew how to take that test. So that's what I mean about the Regents test. It's more or less like if they put something, okay, if that's put in front of us to stop us influence of New York City kids to get to college, then it's only going to stop the ones that don't have the head steam to understand is that that's not going to stop me from getting to college.
Oh, no. It's just one of the things I wanted to point out. All right, so I want to get too deep. What up, Howie? Who asked that you bust? That let you know you was ready. Keep it 100. I asked anybody.
You know what? Okay.
Keep it 100. There's no disrespect to anyone.
Son, you know me. My shit is Google me. You fuck. My thing is that I can't say I bust somebody's ass. That's what it was. I could tell you about maybe a game. And I think really when 2 times. Before my senior year, most people don't know is that my junior year, I made the New York Post all disappointment team.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, people don't know. I went from my 10th grade year, I made honorable mention All City, my junior year, because that's when Mo came and coaches let Mo do what he wanted. And I was like, nah, fuck this little nigga. And I unfolded my uniform and gave it to coach a couple of times, but I wasn't performing on the court. And actually, Grady, we didn't perform well. So I made the all disappointment team. We really to get, everybody, Mo got his light as far as everybody's like Mo Brown as a freshman.
Right.
But then what people don't understand is that that's intelligence. Me and Mo never took anything. We went and sat down and was like, yo, we don't hate each other. How do we figure this out in the court? And that's when it went, I'm the one, and I put Mo at 2. That's what people don't know. I played the 1, and Mo was the 2.
Yeah, and that was a crazy backcourt. All right,
Right,
I know you're trying to be politically correct. I'm gonna ask you this question again.
All right.
Who answered you, Bus, to let you know you was ready? Marco, he don't want to say it. It's right there in front of his face. I just want him to say it.
It wasn't MASH. It wasn't MASH because before MASH, I gotta say, it wasn't because I can't say I killed you. I didn't kill you, but it was that Lincoln game. My senior year, the first Lincoln game. And after that game, you know, me and Juju always pounded up after the games. That was the first time he grabbed me and was like, if you play like that, that's when they gonna fucking understand how good you are, E. He was like, you don't play like that all the time. And I was like, I got you, son. That was the guy. Yo, I played so well that game. Zach Marbury came up to me crying, was like, fuck you ever. My brother still punch your ass. Shout out to the Marburys. But
so what was it about the Mashburn game? Because people keep saying Mashburn.
Okay. We played against MASH. For one, I played with MASH at the Gauchos. So we knew each other. And people don't know how quiet, gentle, killer giant he is, right? I'm going to tell you a story real quick about playing with him, and then I'll tell you about the state final game. Okay. I was playing for the Gauchos, right? So we used to have practice uptown, 149th and Concourse. On that team was me, Orlando Antigua, Jerry McCullough, Dennis McCullough, Carlton Hines.
Rest in peace, Carlton Hines, my God.
Rest in peace, Carlton Hines. Incredible. God dang, that boy was incredible. Carlton Hines, Eric Mobley. Shit. We had a nice, and that was the junior team. And Mashburn, right?
Right.
So we would all get to the gym, and before practice started, we would play Utah.
Right.
Jesus, bro. All the names I just named, right? You have to understand is that Mashburn made all of us in Utah look like junior high school kids, bro. Son, this is what he used to do. We all playing Utah, right? So somebody shoot. He would get the rebound. If everybody know how MASH is built, he a little chubby. He a 6'7". He ain't muscles all that. He a round.
Nah. Baby
that
fat.
Boy, smooth. He would get the ball and start announcing what he doing to us. He grabs the rebound, right? He goes, Mashburn gets the ball. Oh, he said they got him to the left. He goes behind his back. He's saying this while 7 of the best high school players, arguably right now in high school, on this AAU team. You got 6'10", you got athletic, you got short guards with handles, you got jump shooters, you got jumpers, and he is doing all this with everybody on him. And he's like, oh, he shimmy shakes, he shoots a fadeaway. Swat. Yo, the games before practice would be, you know, Utah, you get 5 points for the score. You get 5 points for we were shooting from the key. He ain't never missed those. When Jay used to come in and blow the whistle, be like, all right, we about to do practice. They'd be like, what you got? I got like 15. Somebody else got 20. Somebody got 25. Somebody got 5. Mash, what you got? 80. I got $120. He was incredible. So when people talk about that game, is that when we played them in the States, right? Our first game was Hempstead. No, our first game was Cardinal Hayes with MASH. They was doomed because they only had MASH. The other players on their team thought that they was going to beat us by getting the ball to him.
Right.
And everybody knew what type of team we had. We was those dogs. We came to play D first, and we ran people off the court. But what happened was that in the state finals, I averaged 19 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists, in 2 games. Every time I give it to Mash. The end of the first quarter in that game, the score was 13-9. We were beating them, right? Mashburn had all 9 points. But Mo was hitting everything. Mo hit like fucking 20. Mo hit like 18 out of 20 free throws or some shit. I don't know. They was following Mo. But
y'all had a better team than them, basically.
we had a better our team. It wasn't even a game. It was like Mashburn against us.
Right.
And then it was so easy because he wasn't holding me. And Jamal was holding him. Jamal Phillips was holding him, but Jay had twisted his ankle. And Jock, everybody don't know that Coach Wrinkle didn't make it to the state finals. Jock coached us in the state finals. So Jock said, you know, Jamal fucking tough Trinidadian motherfucker, yo. He was like, yo, Jay, we just gonna help. Jamal kept saying, I don't want no help with him. I don't want no help. But we had to because he wasn't passing the ball. Well, when he did, he was screaming on his teammates. They were scared of us. He wasn't. His teammates were scared to death of us. One time, Mo stole the ball from a cat on some Mo. He ran up on him, and he was looking to give Jamal Mashburn the ball, but me and Jamal had him doubled when he didn't have the ball. I left my man. Throw it to the other kid. The kid was trying to throw it to Mash so bad, he threw it right. Mo just came up to him. Mo just like, good luck. Let me get up out of here. But that was the game. My state final game, I killed. But then people don't know is that after I did that all disappointment bullshit my junior year, my stock was crazy low. And then with people in the city like Red, B. Reeves, Derek Phelps, and them, Khalid Reeves and them at Christ the King, Rob at Nazareth, I had to get my stock back up. So I went to BC All-Stars, Indiana. I was in Kent with Jalen Rose, Johnny Selvey, Jimmy King, all the Chicago cats. And they did that New York City shit. You know how we did in Delaware and shit. We used to run the camp.
Right.
So when we came in the building, other cities, you know, them small town kids was like, yo, New York City, wow. And Chicago had Indiana like that. But that's the biggest. People don't know that's the biggest BC camp. It was 485 campers. My man, shout out to.
Go ahead. Who you want to give a shout out to?
Mike Williams, that was the point guard for UMass. He only made honorable mention, top 60. I made top 20. Juwan Howard. That was the first time Juwan Howard. Yo, I give Juwan Howard props, yo. Juwan Howard came up to me and was like, damn, homie. He was like, this shit is nice. I was like, good looking, fam. We was talking and shit. He was like, yo, and that's how much clout they said. He said, we're going to be on the top 20 team together. He said, I want to play with you. I said, all right, let's rock. So I was on the team with him in the top 20. I don't know if he finagled what side I was going, because I was calling coach. My first day at camp, I was calling coach to see like what coaches call, how I'm looking. And when I called, coach said, whatever you're doing out there, you better keep doing it. I was like, I'm balling. He was like, everybody's calling. And that was just the first day. But Kwame was out there with me. Who else? It was only
Art said, him, you, Kwame Martin was out there.
Right. That's who it was. It was Art. That's right. Art was out there with me. Yo, if Art remember, I came in one night. I was about to go to jail the first night. I got there late as hell. Dude, I guess one of the counselors was drunk. He threw my key at me because I got in so late. I was about to Brownsville the dude and get right back on the bus.
Somebody had a question.
What?
Who bust your ass to let you know you have some work to do?
Oh, that's my man T. T was there. That's my Brownsville cat right there. That's what a lot of cats didn't know. We used to be in these parks in Brownsville. I used to be playing Utah and all that, son. Like, shout out to Sean P., the rapper.
Yeah.
Yo, we went to junior high school together, son. We used to play, they used to almost be ready to lock the doors on us to go in school. We was out there balling, son. Yo, shout out to Kwame Morton from Lafayette. Guns. That's what you call Kwame, guns. God dang. Kwame had guns. Kwame was like, you blink? Oh, Lord.
All right, we
Oh,
got
Lord.
21. We got 20 seconds for this countdown. We're gonna come back for one more session. My man
Okay.
Effrem. So y'all come back to the room because I know everybody
Ty,
want
what
to
up?
run and
Hi, Rich, what up?
watch that Jordan shit. So let's get this coming back. All right, peace.
No, this should be back. Yeah, so we get to the about this New York City.